how's your week been? All right?
It's been really good, yeah. And
Yeah.
obviously kicked things off on Monday with my little interview. So
Oh, brilliant.
that
Yeah, that's really
that was
good.
such a treat. He genuinely could not have been nicer. And you know yourself, these interview situations are stressful, right? Because you're trying to. I had 2 recordings going because obviously you need backups just in case. So
Yep.
you're trying to make sure the recordings are going. You're trying to keep an eye on the time because only had 15 minutes. You're trying to obviously look engaged and create some sort of rapport. And then you're trying to read your questions and make notes as well. Like, it's the most stressful experience, but he was so lovely, so charming. And we just got into like the nice, like sort of deep kind of philosophical elements of the program, which was what I was hoping for when we started chatting about it as well. So yeah, it was like looking directly into the sun. It was just so lovely.
So you came up with insightful questions rather than what was your inspiration for taking on this role?
Yes, well, it was really interesting
Good
because
stuff.
he was talking about like the politics of it. I was asking him about things, like I was asking about his costuming because his costuming is really striking in this as well, and how that changed him sort of physically. And then we were talking about like because he's taken on a lot of roles that are kind of period pieces, and he was just saying he was sort of drawn to these, and he was joking and saying, "Oh, I've got like a PhD in mud." He was like, every role that I seem to take on, I end up slathered in mud. He was like, but I love it. Like, that's the type of role that I'm drawn to. But when we first got on the call, and like, do you know how usually these junkets, when you first log on, it's like you speak to the PR person first, and they feel like, you know, if there's any changes or like you can't ask this question or whatever. Well, it was just him. So he came on the screen and I was like, oh, hello. Like, just completely expecting to see him. And I was like, oh, it's lovely to meet you. Thanks so much for your time. And he was like, wait a minute, are you Scottish? And I was like, yeah. Like, I don't know why I panicked. I was like, yeah, I'm from Glasgow. And he was like, oh, wow. He was like, that's amazing. And he started talking about how Scotland has this really like proud, like working class, like creative history. And so that was just like a really nice little start to things as well, that he was actually just excited to speak to a Scottish person. But I guess they probably spend their day speaking to like English or American people.
So. I would imagine, it would be people based in the sort of main metropolitan areas because that's where the majority of writers and critics, but I suppose they can be based anywhere. But yeah, just percentage-wise, I would imagine it would be mostly, if you're talking about UK, then it will be mostly English with occasional, maybe somebody from one of the broadsheets up here, maybe like the Herald or something like that. So yes, it's good. And that means you're engaged right away with the person. You've actually established a bit of rapport with them as well. So, which doesn't do any harm at all, does it? Having that, because it puts you at ease. They'll be at ease anyway because they'll be like, I'm doing another junket, I'm having to answer the same questions and stuff. So good stuff. I'm glad it went well. Really am.
Oh, it's absolutely shitting myself through that way. It said you had to be logged on for 25 past. Well, first of all, she gave me the time and like it said 2:25 CEST. So I had to work out what that was in UK time because I was like, imagine you logged on at the wrong time. And then it said you have to log on for, so it was 1:25, log on for 1:25, then you basically sit in a waiting room for 20 minutes. 20 minutes is too long to be left alone with your own thoughts while you're trying to calm yourself down to write for one of these things. So yeah, I was really glad that it went well because this is the biggest person that I've ever interviewed, so I was completely shitting myself.
Good. Oh well. It will continue then, obviously, because if you've done it well once,
here's hoping.
Your colleagues will be quite happy for you to continue to do it, obviously. And excellent. It's really good. It's quite a buzz afterwards, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, I honestly, like, I was so shaky. So and then Chris was like, "So are you just running away with him now?" If I could, I would. So yes, it's been a very eventful week, and work has been like absolute chaos as well. It's been super busy, so it's been trying to balance my new celebrity lifestyle with like actually.
Well, yes,
my job done.
You'll be waiting for the docu-series people to come along and want a bit of your time.
Oh dear, I love it.
But yes, it's all good. There wasn't a press screening this week. It's next week at the press. I don't know why they just put it back a week. The obviously didn't have the films to show, which was really strange because they showed 8 films 2 weeks before. It was just the timings of it. Yeah, over 2 days. Yeah. So that was a bit unusual. But it's on again tomorrow, so that's fine. I think it's just
Have you
the
got the
timings
Smashing Machine? Really
no, that is next week. That's not tomorrow. That's a week on Monday. That's going to be there. And I might not be able to make that one. In fact, I won't be able to make that one because, I'm going down to Northumbria, Chesterley Street, to see Ross. Going down for a couple of days, going to Newcastle and stuff like that. So we're going down on Thursday, staying over in Hexham for the night. Hexham's really nice. It's one of these old Northern England market towns. So there's lots of history there, like an abbey. It's been there since like the 13th century or something like that. You know? So it's a nice wee place as well. And there's lots of wee nice independent shops and stuff, like antique shops. And there's a really nice record shop as well. So it'll be pretty good. Yeah. So the last time I was there, I bought a couple of albums and stuff. So, and it's just this wee second-hand place, but it's really nice. So I'm going to have a trip in there again.
Yes, I love finding wee nooks and crannies like that. I think there's especially when it's independent shops as well, like because you feel like you're obviously like contributing to a person as opposed to the machine.
Yeah, it seems to be the more prominent locations. It's all these wee indie shops, like wee independent cafes and stuff like that. Whereas you still have like your Costa and your Starbucks, but they tend to be more out of the way.
Yeah.
So it's alongside all the other regular shops that you get in the high street. They all seem to have been clumped together, but there's some really nice bits, and it's a really nice place as well. So yeah, we'll go there and then go down and catch up with my boy, who's still taller than me. So
how is that possible? You're like 20 feet tall.
No. I'm only 6 feet tall. He is about 6'2", 6'3".
Oh,
and
he
has been taller than me since he was maybe 15 or 16.
He's probably been taller than me since he was like 8.
Well, yeah, I didn't want to mention that, you know, obviously.
Oh no, it was fine. We were at Gareth's birthday when he like brought both of his children over just to prove that they were taller than me. And I don't think they're both even in high school yet. And I was like, cool, this is fine. This is not humiliating at all. Yeah, no, I don't know. Obviously, I'm still waiting on my growth spurt to happen.
Yeah, keep hoping and praying. You never know. It might happen.
Not from well, actually, my mum's side of the family are all tall. Like, all her brothers are all like over 6 foot. But I obviously inherited to my dad's side where you were lucky if you made it to 5'2", and I haven't. I'm only 5'1.5". So yeah.
Yeah. So it says. I don't actually believe if that's true or not.
No.
I'm going
to take a picture of this next time I go to the doctors, because I usually get like my height and weight done like every year, blood pressure, all that sort of nonsense. I'm going to take a picture of the wee stick that goes above your head just to prove that it is 5'1.5". The half is important.
Yes, that was one of the things in that film Materialists that was out recently about men who have surgery to elongate their legs. It's a done thing now, yes, because you can get your legs elongated up to 6 inches, and it's true, it's a real thing, and it's obviously quite a painful procedure, and it takes
that sounds awful.
And one of the characters in that was saying that he got it done because it makes such a difference, that 6 inches to take him up to like 5'11" from 5'5" is such a difference in a man, because you're just it was in like sort of high finance and business, so he was taken far more seriously, and he had more stature. He basically had everything. It was Pedro Pascal who was playing the part, so he basically had everything apart from the stature. So he wasn't taken as seriously. He was obviously a very good-looking man and everything, and he dressed very well, and he had money. But because he was a wee guy, this was preying on his mind all the time. Yeah,
I just feel like
that people put yourself through that, you know.
Yeah, because surely you must have to essentially break your legs.
Yeah,
to get them.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Oh no! I mean, there's enough women of my height and there and thereabouts that come on, the short kings. Plus, look at like Tom Holland and Zendaya. I mean, she's taller than him. She still wears heels, and he's not like short. He's still like what, 5'8" or 9".
Yeah. Absolutely, yes. It's perception, isn't it? And it's your own confidence about these things. That's what it comes down to, because, you know, if you're happy in your own skin, then you're not going to think about those sort of things. And that affects your attitude and the way that you present yourself. It doesn't matter what height you are, or, you know, how crooked your nose is, or that kind of thing. You know, it's all about your own self-confidence and brushing off any negativity, you know. But yes, it does affect a lot of people. I do realise that people are,
although I will say that my
things, you know.
My interviewee this week was 6'3", so
yes, yep, that's a climbing expedition, isn't it?
That is, you need your good boots for that. Oh, I think it's worse for men. I feel like for women, it's okay to be. I mean, I know I take the piss out of my height all the time, but I think for women, it's absolutely fine to be short. I think for men, it's a lot more of a, I don't know, like people on dating apps and stuff like that often lie about their height, men in particular, because they don't want to be seen as too short. It is more of a thing for men, I think. And it's not like men can wear a pair of heels. I mean, you could, but it's not it's not the done thing, unless you're Tom Cruise and you get lifts in your shoes.
Yes, yeah.
Allegedly. Just in case he listens.
yeah. Thanks for your support, Tom. Yeah. Just next time show a picture of you listening to the Moviescramble podcast while you're promoting your next film, and we'll be happy with that. Don't worry about it. Yeah. So, yeah.
And I'm sorry that I said you wear lifts. Oh, I can't believe that's us hit 100. That's so exciting.
We've actually got another couple after that. We've got obviously Spies one's going to. I didn't want to make that the 100th one. I thought Weapons would be a pretty decent choice for 100, and got Translators as well, which I haven't done, and the Bad Boys one, which has been done, so that's ready to go as well. So we've got a few in the bag. Actually sitting, just waiting to be published. So yeah, I thought I'd send you a copy of To Die For, because it's on ITVX, and ITVX is horrible for watching stuff because it cuts up to like 20-minute chunks and you have 5 minutes adverts.
It's worse than 4OD or whatever the hell it's called these days. It is a million times. It's like there is no viewing experience, because everything, as you say, after like 20 minutes, and actually sometimes it's, and I've noticed this on Channel 4 as well, if you're watching something on like the Channel 4 on demand thing, sometimes it's in the middle of a friggin' sentence. It's not being cut properly at all.
No, it's the very definition of like content over quality, really. It's just something to fill in space between the advertising.
Yeah.
Because that's what they're, and it's all the same adverts. So it would be different if it was slightly different.
No, it's the same block of like 3 or 5 ads that you're seeing constantly. Yeah, it's horrendous.
With the Virgin Media app, I've got you've got Sky, haven't you?
Sky, yeah.
Yeah, well, I've got the Virgin Media box, and if you search for stuff on the Virgin Media box rather than through the apps, you can actually skip through the adverts in some of the programming.
Yeah, that's the same on the Sky thing as well. The only thing is that you can't search through Sky through anything other than voice command. And it's just really hard with this accent. I constantly find myself putting on an English accent so that it'll actually give me what I want to watch, because I'll be saying something like, I can't remember what it was I was looking for. It was something that had like quite a few R's in it, and obviously like that's difficult for Scottish people, but it was just coming up with something completely unrelated, and I was like, I'm going to have to use my Google Voice and put that on.
Yeah, it can be quite frustrating. It really can. So To Die For will be much, much better experience, and a much shorter experience as well.
Yeah, exactly. As opposed to like a 3-hour ad fest.
It's the fact that at the start and the end of ads, especially on Sky and STV, the programme or the film is sponsored by somebody. So it's like you see this wee mini ad for a car or whatever, and it's every time, it's Volvo on Sky all their programming seems to be sponsored by
It's
Volvo.
And all the Walter Presents as well. So see if you're trying to like binge watch a series of like, you know, some sort of like, it's usually like some sort of like crime procedural, but it's always like sponsored by Volvo, and it's always in that voice. So I can never look at a Volvo now.
Yeah, it's very weird, isn't it? And it's not particularly welcoming.
No, I think that's why like a lot of people are just basically refusing to pay a TV license as well, because they just can't be arsed with like all the different adverts and stuff like that. Whereas if you get a decent enough tier of Netflix or Prime or whatever, you're not paying for ads, or you're paying to not have ads essentially, and you can just watch TV like that, as opposed to like, because I'm refusing to pay for, you know, for Channel 4's streaming platform without the ads, or ITVX without the ads, because I pay for enough streaming platforms, but they purposefully destroy the viewing experience because they want to frustrate you into paying for the non-ad service.
At least with Sky, with some of the older programming, they have the ad breaks, but there's no ads. It just like some of the older things that people aren't watching as much, that people like companies are not going to advertise on those. They're going to advertise on the newer stuff. So at least that doesn't really break it up too much. But yeah, it can be particularly annoying. So that's annoying. Well, Prime is getting that way as well. It's slightly longer, the adverts and everything. So, but it's not quite at that level. No. And I'm just waiting for Netflix to make it untenable for you to actually watch programming. I know you can get a cheaper subscription with Netflix and it's got ads, but I don't. Well, I was on the one that didn't have ads anyway, so I'm just still on that. I didn't go down to the cheaper one. But with Prime, you didn't have the choice. You have to pay more. Yes, it's that model of paying more rather than like dropping down a level. So, and that's just greed as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, ITVX saying, you know, give us an extra £4 a month and you won't see the adverts. I mean, fuck off. Yeah, for the amount of stuff that I watch on it, it's really not
exactly. That's the thing as well. It is like an odd film like this that you would go and get off of it as well, so it's not worth paying. But as you say, when you're trying to get into the flow of something, especially for the purposes of something like this, where you're trying to make notes and think about like theme and music and all the rest of it, if every so often you're getting a fucking Domino's pizza advert, it really disrupts the flow of your thinking as well.
Yeah, because I started watching Lioness on ITV. Well, I was on ITV, so the first 2 episodes were shown actually on STV, but that was like 2 weeks ago, and they haven't shown any more episodes. There's like another 6 episodes, but they're all available on the streaming platform. So I don't know if this is what they're doing. They're showing a couple of episodes of something and then putting the rest of it on streaming, so you have to go and watch on that, and that's fucking awful because I recorded them when they were on, so I could skip through the ads, and you can actually still get a reasonable flow. But yeah, I'm hoping that they're not introducing that.
I feel like that. I wouldn't be surprised if that was going to be the way for a lot of, because actually, see a lot of the Walter Presents, they drop one episode on a Friday night on More4, and the rest of it you have to go and get off the on-demand platform. So it wouldn't surprise me, because I will always make a point of taping the first one on More4 so I can skip through all the ad breaks, but then you do have, and if it's like a 8 or 12 part series, you're stuck watching on that platform.
A lot of empty viewing there, isn't it? Because you're talking about in an hour's
45-minute
maybe. Well, it's even worse than that. It's 42, so you're talking about at least 18-20 minutes per episode. So multiply that by 12, that's what, 4 hours? 4 hours out of the 12.
That's hideous when you think about it like that.
Yeah, it's really awful, and it actually puts you off buying the stuff. But I don't quite get it anyway. But yeah, probably because I'm at peak stuff. I don't actually need anything else. So
yeah.
So what did you think of the? What did you think of the?
I'll get, because I have these that I take out to do my tiny mic adventures. But sometimes the signal can be a bit ropey on them and they start to cut out. So I was looking at them as well, because he's not in, they won't even hear me if he is on. That I was going to get, because Chris has bought a gimbal, and I was going to get him like a good wee set of like wee tiny mics like that to go like for his like shooting and stuff for his car things. So I'm going to get him the ones that you've got, because I think I will get them as well for myself, because these are good. Don't get me wrong, the sound in them is flawless. Like I was out filming in Buchanan Street and all you can hear is me and the person. There's no background shit going on. But their signal can be a bit ropey, so I think I'll look into the ones that you've got.
Does it have the wee furry cover on it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Because it's hello.
I love that. There's the wee, they're really expensive, but there's the wee road ones that are square and they've got the fluffy top thing as well, but it looks like a wee troll. It's quite funny.
Yeah, this is quite, I just saw them. I'd been kind of looking for something like that because I've not done that many, but the iPhone, the mic on the iPhone is actually pretty decent if you're in a reasonably quiet environment, because I interviewed somebody and it was just in a room. It was a film festival a good couple of years ago. It was like 2019, and I just used the iPhone and interviewed 3 people, and 2 of the interviews were in the sort of public area in Citizen M, I think it was. It may have been Citizen M, it may have been other hotel, but you could hear background noise and stuff, whereas the one in the room using just the iPhone was perfect. It was just, it was really good setup. There was nothing else around, so it wasn't too echoey or anything, and all you could hear was the 2 voices. Worked great. So I liked that, and the wee app that I was using with it, it's perfect. But this, I'm thinking that I may use this to, like, for the film festival next year and do just wee daily catch-ups kind of thing, and say, I'm at day 1 at the festival, this is what's been happening, or just a wee 5-minute thing can pod. Or if we actually meet up at some point during the festival, if it crosses over, can say, so Mary, how's your day been? What have you been doing?
So good. And also you can apply to obviously do the red carpet thing as well, which is, so those wee mics is what everyone had last year. Like when I was helping Sarah out with the George Mackay one, everyone just had their phone and a tripod. You talk into the mic, you hold it over to the person and they give their answer. And the sound on them is great as well for doing stuff like that. Plus it means you're not lugging about like kit. Do you know what I mean? You can fit them in a pocket and stuff like that. So
yeah, you don't need loads of kit if you're doing sort of mainly audio stuff. It could, I mean, obviously you can get pretty high-end stuff and it sounds great, but I mean, if you think about what we use to podcast, you know, it isn't like top-notch stuff. It's good. It's better than like the sort of microphones you get, you know,
on your headphones or whatever.
The headset and all that sort, and from even decent headset or heads, what you call the wee earbuds and stuff you can get, you know, the Apple ones. The mic on them are okay, so you need something a wee bit better, and obviously we've got that. But I mean, I plug directly into the computer.
Same,
so it's not as if I use like
Snowball, that just goes into the computer.
Yeah, there's no sound card or anything in between, because you can get that as well. You can actually put your mic into sound card, and then sound card goes into the computer, so it's slightly different. But don't need it, really don't, for what we're doing. I don't think it's necessary enough. I've heard podcasts that are a hell of a lot worse than ours. It's the sound quality, you know.
Well, funnily enough, when I do the Well Good Movies podcast, Dave, because like his job is like a videographer or something like that, so I can see all his soundboards like sitting out and stuff like that. So he will do like, but I mean, to be honest with you, like I've never ever listened to our pod back and gone, oh my god, the sound quality in that is terrible. Do you know what I mean? Like I think our sound's really good. Like it's clear, nobody's talking over each other. Like the editing's really good. Like I think for what we're doing, I think we've got the right setup.
Yeah, I think so. It works well because we're both in controlled environments where there's not a lot of noise. Now I've got guys in working today on the ceiling in my dining room, but they're not making it. He was like mixing up some stuff earlier on, and I just muted. Didn't really hear it. It might be a wee sort of rumble as I was frantically going for the mute button. But it'll be fine. And most of the time, it's great because I'm not in a room that's, to a certain extent, you usually can. So, that's all good.
I'm going to get a wee set of those to say these are good, and these were like a tenner a couple of years ago, so they were not a big spend.
The ones I got were just a tenner. They were half price on Amazon. It was just something that popped up because I use this like a UK deals site, and you put in things. And I've been looking for something like that just to have. So, and if there's anything I'm looking for, I put up an alert to see if somebody posts something about it. So, yes, I've not tried them out yet, but there's thousands of reviews of them, which is always a good sign. And people saying
the best thing to do is try and go out in the garden on a windy day and talk and get someone else to talk and see how much of the wind it's going to pick up as well. Because we were in Buchanan Street filming on Thursday, and it was like the wind was like scraping off your face. It was so strong, but you can't hear it in any of the video. So it's just like always a good test to see how much wind it picks up, basically.
Nice. Okay, yeah, I'll give that a go. I'll
Cool.
get Leslie out into the garden.
Leslie,
something.
it's pushing down. It's really windy. Need you to go outside and speak into the mic. I imagine the second word would be off.
Yes, probably. Yeah. And subsequent words were ones that we probably couldn't actually say out loud. Yes.